before we actually get into this video, make sure to drop a like down below if you guys ever do enjoy it. I've spent a crap ton of time actually testing this stuff, like literally been working on Recoil for months now, and I can't believe I finally found this, but I'm so glad that I did because it is a crazy mechanic to understand. So if you guys again do like this video, make sure to drop a thumbs up down below, totally free for you, and it supports me a ton. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, hey, what is going on, guys? It is HawksNest here, back with another quick Call of Duty Mobile video. Now, this video is insane because I just discovered a mechanic inside of Call of Duty Mobile, and I don't know if this is a new mechanic. I don't know if it's always been in the game, but I just found it, and it is pretty insane. And basically, what it does is it allows you to predict a certain part of the recoil. It doesn't make it so you can predict everything about the recoil, but you can basically predict what direction it's gonna go every time you shoot. And this is going to work better with some guns than other guns. It's the exact same mechanic across a lot of... I've tested quite a few guns. We're using the HVK right now because the HVK typically will go one direction and kind of just stay that direction. So it's good for me to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm going to continue to test this a lot more, and I'll probably do a full guide on like how to control recoil in the future or something when I fully understand how this works. But I just found it out right now, and I kind of want to just let you guys know what I know so far. So if you guys want to see content like this where I basically break down how the game works and just all kinds of really cool content related to COD Mobile, make sure to drop a sub down below. We're going for 500k subscribers. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the mechanics. So what I'm going to do right now is predict the recoil just to show you guys I'm not BSing you, and then we'll explain how it works. So watch. Okay, so just to show you guys really quickly, I'm not like cutting the video or anything, and I'm not lying. You can see my hand cam and everything. That's all lined up. Everything is here. The game or the screen here will match the screen over there. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So it's going to go to the right. First thing, I'm going to shoot the HVK, and it's going to go up and to the right. So here we go. First shots, did that. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. It's going to go up and to the right again. And then I'm going to have to reload here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shoot a round of 30. It's going to go to the right. I probably should have said that, sorry. Okay, now it's going to go ahead and go to the left. So these next shots will go to the left. Okay, shots are going to go to the left again. Shots are going to go to the left again. Shots are going to go to the left again. Okay, I'm going to reload. It's going to go to the left. I'm going to shoot a full round, or a full magazine. Okay, and this time it's gonna go, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure it will go to the right though. Yeah, that's what I thought. That one was a little bit more difficult to predict. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm not BSing. I can basically predict what direction the HVK is going to shoot, and the reason I can do that is because of this. So let me kill myself to actually show you guys what I'm talking about and what the mechanic is. Again, I just discovered this, so I don't know everything about it. I'm just telling you guys what I know so far, which is pretty crazy. And again, I think the HVK is the best gun to actually show this off just because of how the recoil works. Okay, so basically the way that this works is, imagine there's an imaginary line on your screen. I'll go ahead and put the imaginary screen in editing so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But when I'm actually in the game, just for reference, I use this line right here on the wall, just so I can actually use a line to in the game as like a visual reference. But essentially how it works is when you shoot, your shots are going to go to the right every time when you first shoot. So at least with the HVK, I haven't tested every gun, but with the HVK, every time you shoot after you died, so like when you just spawned into the game or after you die and just respawned, your shots will go to the right. So as I said, to the right, right? Now it's going to keep doing that every single time I shoot, but the only time it'll go left is when your shots cross over that imaginary line. So watch. So if I shoot an entire 30 round mag, and if it crosses over the imaginary line, so that time it didn't cross over the imaginary line just because it didn't want to. But watch, if I shoot and it crosses over the imaginary line, that time it didn't again. Shoot again. That time it did. Okay, you see how it went over the imaginary line that I drew? Now what that means is it'll go to the left. So watch, if I shoot, it'll go to the left. See that? And it just crossed over the imaginary line, so if I shot again, it would go to the right, but obviously I ran out of ammo. Now, this actually means something important for recoil control. Obviously, it's not just like this imaginary line and it's fun to do at walls. This actually does apply to your recoil control. And if you know how this works, you're going to be able to control recoil a lot better because you'll know how to shoot your gun properly. So watch, let's do it again. So let's shoot the imaginary line right here. Just again, using that line as a reference. It's going to go to the right. And it didn't cross over the line, so it's going to go to the right again. Go ahead and shoot. And okay, it didn't go over the line, so it's going to go to the right again. Oh, okay, that time it went over the line a little bit, so I don't know for sure. I think it'll go left though. Yeah, see, it went to the left. And if we spray, it didn't go over the imaginary line, so it's going to go left every time. And it's going to go left every time. And then if I kill myself and I come back, it's going to go to the right because, again, every time you respawn, it resets this mechanic. So basically the way that this works is if your last shot Like if your previous shot went in one direction, it's going to go that direction when you start shooting again. So again, imaginary line, if it goes to the right and then crosses left, because it crossed the imaginary line, my next shots are going to be to the left. Now, let me go ahead and explain what this means for your recoil control. And also I'll make a full guide talking about this later when I fully understand it. So what does this mean for you? How do you use this? Well, first of all, you can hop into like custom games or whatever and just test this and just shoot at some kind of line to like try things out. But for your recoil control, this is why bursting is so good. So with the H3K at least, the H3K is never gonna go up and cross the imaginary line in like the first 10 or 20 shots. Even with without a grip, it's basically never gonna cross that line. So what that means is if you always shoot the gun like 10 shots and then stop shooting and allow your recoil to come back, it'll never cross this imaginary line, which also means it will always go up and to the right. So for example, if we do this test, if I shoot, it'll go up and to the right, and if I just stop and shoot and I keep bursting like this, it'll always go up and to the right. Now, obviously, because you know it's going to go up and to the right, you can control this recoil very easy. All you have to do to compensate for the recoil if it's going up and to the right is pull your finger down and to the left like this. So like, I haven't practiced this a lot because I literally just found out the mechanic, but like that, and you'll control the recoil really well. So you can see it was a pretty tight grip. Again, I haven't practiced this, but you get the point. So what you don't want to do is if you allow yourself to spray this gun and just literally like spray it all the time, you're gonna get screwed over, because then the recoil could go to the left. But the good thing is, now that you know the mechanic, if you start noticing your gun is kicking to the left, it's gonna keep kicking to the left, you know what I mean, until you let it cross over the imaginary line. It's not going to switch over. Now, I know I've said it a million times, but this is all I know so far. I just wanted to make a quick video because I've been trying to get a lot of videos out, and I think this is a crazy mechanic that I just discovered. So I think it is something that you guys should try out. And again, I think the HVK is like the best gun for this, because the HVK will typically kind of go in one direction and it doesn't bounce over a lot. If you have a gun that bounces a lot, it's harder to predict, because every time it bounces, you gotta like, so like if I had a gun that did this, right, it went left, you'd be like, okay, the recoil is going to go to the left every time, right? But then if it goes left and kicks over, you're like, okay, now the recoil is going to go to the right every time. So if it constantly bounces, it's going to be hard to know what you're doing. And obviously, you're not shooting at a line all the time, so it's not going to be easy to know where that imaginary line is, but it is easy to know how many shots you should shoot with the gun before it typically bounces over to the side. So again, with the HVK, because this gun typically doesn't bounce to the side, you don't have to worry about that too much. All you have to know is that the gun will go up and to the right most of the time. So to control the recoil, you just pull down and to the left, and you can get really tight groups like that. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a sub down below. I try to do content on things that I find in the game that are really unique all the time, like glitches, the way guns work, all kinds of really cool stuff. If you guys want to check out recoil patterns on my website, HawksNest GG, it'll be linked down below, so that you can see what a gun's recoil actually looks like, so that you can get a good idea of like how it bounces side to side, just all of that stuff. If you guys are curious about any kind of weapon stats, my website has basically everything there. And with all of that being said, I will see you guys later. Peace.